So today, through my Discord server, I've gathered the most scuffed profiles ever seen in Skyblock. Scuffed in pretty much any way under the imagination. Like, if you ever just looked at someone's profile and thought, what has happened? Whether it's in a good way, or a bad way, or just a complete and utter confused way. Well, yeah. I guess the answer is yes. And, let's take a look. Okay, first of all, we have a player that goes by the name of Slushy Cheese. Skyblock level 83 with, not really any sort of skills that stand out. Funnily enough, a 3.2 billion net worth with a relatively normal-ish storm set and wither goggles. And a Hyperion. Fully scrolled, but no gemstones in it. Interesting. 478 magical power. No real other weapon other than the Hyperion at all. A sheep pet. And Kata 27 with a floor 7 completion. Or 12 might I add. Now if you're thinking what I'm thinking, want to be an optimist and want to be a believer in this person themselves, they've done 12 floor 7s, so potentially, yeah, sure, they could have dropped a handle and 3 unique individual scrolls in 12 runs. It's possible, you know, it could have happened. They've definitely not AH flipped. I feel like they were literally just given these items. I mean, or the item. I mean, sure, you can obtain Storm Armor yourself. But I know there's people who I've talked to in my Discord server, and probably some of you who watch these videos, who have been striving to get a Hyperion for a long time. But seeing a level 83 with a skill average of 21, have a Hyperion, a scrolled Hyperion that you might want to have. Yeah, I'd be a little bit sad too. Well, that's just the start. But before we go any further, if you are planning on purchasing anything from the Hypixel store, make sure to use code NITROS. It gets yourself 5% off. After all, after watching this video, you might need to make yourself feel a little bit better. Get that Hyperion. I'm kidding, but anyway. You should also subscribe to the channel. If you watch the videos and you haven't subscribed, please make sure to do so. You should join the Discord server. It's linked in the description of this video. We offer slayers and dungeon carries, so if you need carries or want to carry and make some coins, make sure to join. Okay, following suit with the from the last profile we took a look at, this one is nowhere near as bad. However, it's basically the same story. I mean, it could almost be a little bit worse, because at level 225, there's around about a 3.5 billion net worth, with practically just Storm Armor, a Hyperion, but 656 magical power. That's still... Sure, before you get a Hyperion, you should probably consider getting your magical power up to probably at least, like, I don't know, like the 900 mark or so. Once again, the level 100 sheep, Kata 31. In fairness, this isn't as drastic as the last one, like, it really isn't. Okay, the next one is a little bit different, but at the same time, it's kind of the same. We'll just see. Stinky1229. You've got to say we're starting good from the start with the username. Average of around about 30. 3 billion net worth, level 148. So we scroll down a little bit and we see that they have what die? Lucky Died Necron. Okay, fair enough. With an ancient diamond livid head. Okay. And then he's got a Terminator, which has got 4 Master Stars on. Obviously, this person is doing Master Mode, but level 148, you don't really see that very often. So it's actually kind of impressive if you think about it. Magical power of 645. I mean, that's still low. By the looks of it, they'll be using a Tiger. And yeah, what they've had a Master Mode floor 7 completion. The Kata 46. Oh my god. You know what? Fair enough. It's quite clear they've literally just done dungeons, but the fact that they've still managed to only be level 148 but have Kata 46 is just... And to do it all with like 650 magical power is crazy. And while sure that they've only had one Master Mode floor 7 completion, 379 Master Mode floor 6. Like this, I've got to say, fair enough, this is GG. Over 1,000 Master Mode floor 5. Okay, so my hypothesis is this person is an absolute genius and is just the best dungeon player you've ever seen to do such a thing, or they're just getting carried. Now my suspicion is they probably can hold their own, but probably also playing with a good party. But nevertheless, like, it's really quite impressive. It's actually pretty cool. You know what I mean? Not everything's scuffed in a bad way. That's scuffed in an interesting way. Moving on. On to the next, we have a Keycraft, level 101, skill average of around about 27, and a net worth of 2.2 billion. They're rocking a very, very standard Storm set with wither goggles, and a fully scrolled Hyperion. So, let me just put this into perspective here. This scrolled Hyperion is worth 1.8 billion coins. They've got a net worth of 2.2. So apart from this Hyperion, they have got 400 million coins worth of items on the profile. Yeah, man. Magical power of 253. Like, I feel like if you have a Hyperion and magical power of 253, when you right click, I feel like you're probably going to heal the mobs and you're going to take damage in return. Obviously, jokes aside, just, why? I'm confused. Now, once again, they seem to be basically just diving headfirst into dungeons, being cast at 27. And I have to be honest, to have 11 floor 7 completions, unless you are literally the best player on Earth with 200 magical power, yeah, I feel like you've got to be getting carried. I could be wrong, because I'm just bad. And I feel like if I had that sort of gear, I'd have no chance of holding my own in a floor 7. Or maybe it's just me being naive. Is it just easy to get a Hyperion nowadays? I don't know. Nevertheless, a 1.8 billion coin weapon with a 2.2 billion coin net worth at Skyblock level 101 is pretty crazy, to be honest. With like 250 magical power, you could probably spend 100 mil of that 400 mil you have remaining, and probably put at least maybe a couple of hundred onto that magical power, maybe even more. Okay, on to the next one. A little bit different, but just still, I feel like I'm missing something. Okay, this is Bobrich Stitch, level 135. It's an average of 30 with a 1.3 billion net worth. So first of all, they have this Terminator. It's a decent Terminator. It's got 2 Master Stars on it. Solita 5, Overlord 5. It's a decent Terminator. But they don't really have anything else. I mean, sure, they have this Crimson set and Branchler helmet and this really, really quite mid Terror set, and they can't even use half of the attributes. Young Dragon, Salmon, and Ender. But they have a Terminator. And it's just, why? Where do you use the Terminator? How do you use the Terminator? Like, are you going to use... Are you doing dragons with Ender Armor and 2 Master Star Terminator with Solita 5 and Overlord 5? I don't know. Anyway, which looks a little bit more promising. At least they have 618 magical power, which isn't great, but it's better than what we've seen. Once again, I fail to see how you can use a Terminator with no armor and basically no pet, but Kata 35. But there's basically no... I don't get it. So, my best guess is that they still have a Terminator. They must have used to do dungeons. The Kata 35, that's pretty decent. You'd have to do a decent amount of dungeons to get Kata 35, but they've basically got nothing else on the profile. They've got a Terminator that's probably worth maybe 800 to 900 million, but a net worth of 1.3 bill. It's calculating at 700 mil, so what that means is there's another 600 mil on this profile. They have 67 mil in the purse, which means I assume they probably have a little bit in the bank as well. But I don't know what's going on. Like, there's just a Terminator and that's it. Actually, with a bit more investigation, I think they just sold all of the gear, to be honest. They did have a skeleton, which they were probably using the Terminator. They also had a Necron set, Maxa boots, and also golden Necron head. Yeah, they sold the sedan head too. Yeah, fair enough. Just looks really goofy having a Terminator and nothing else, like, quite literally. Okay, once again, this profile is not the worst one we've seen. It really isn't. There's just one aspect of it that I don't understand. This is Paradox2_0. This is someone from the Discord server. This is their actual profile, whereas I think a lot of the other profiles were just people that they know of. So yeah, let's see. So we've got Skyblock level 198. We've got a skill average of 36, which isn't really that bad. A 2.8 billion coin net worth. So they've got a Necron set, which looks, I mean, it's just a standard, pretty standard Necron set. There's not really too much to know. They've got a Duplex 5 Terminator. Interesting to know why Duplex, because Solita surely is always better for dungeons. I could be wrong, because the last time I did dungeons was probably 1952. However, anyway, regardless, forget that. They've got, I mean, a Gemstone Gauntlet's not a weapon. They've got a giant sword. I mean, it's much more established than the other profiles that we've seen. But why 463 magical power? Please comment. Please tell me why. Or just message. Just let me know. What is the logic behind having a decent Necron set, a pretty nice Terminator, I mean, you've got decent items here. Why do we still have 463 magical power? I was just about to say sell the Juju and spend it on accessories, but it's soul-bound. Also, is there a need for 3 personal compactor 7000s? I don't know. Anyway, what pet? He's an Enderman. I guess you're doing dungeons, I don't know. I don't know about that one. But Kata 35. So, you know, you can't really argue with it. Below Skyblock level 200 and Kata 35, I don't think it's that bad. Sure, by the looks of it, you've probably gone into dungeons pretty early. But yeah, it's nowhere near as scuffed as other profiles. It just still is. I just don't get the magical power situation with all of these profiles. And honestly, I've got so many more profiles that I could go through. But in the interest of not making this video too long, I think we're going to call it for this one. Now, if you enjoyed this video and want me to make another one similar in the future, then make sure to get your comments in down below. Do you know any really scuffed IGNs? Maybe your profile's scuffed. Maybe you know someone who has a scuffed profile. Well, let me know. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one.